What's up, guys? Stas here. So we have to go over a couple of things that investors need to hear right now. And I make a similar video like this one every couple of months. Really, it's kind of like I feel like maybe once or twice a year I make a video like this going over these couple of topics because investors need to hear this all the time. And with YouTube, the nature of social media, a lot of new people come in all the time. People are leaving, people are coming in right to the channels, and I have to update the audience. So here we go. You guys need to listen to this. If you're an investor, a trader, intermediate, beginner, advanced, whatever you are, this is going to be whatever point in your life cycle you are, right? Or your trading life cycle, investing life cycle. This is going to be benefit to you, right? Or beneficial to you. So right now, a lot of people are like, you got to stick to the real estate market, the stock market. The truth is, there is not one way to investing. There's not a one size fits all. There's not just you got to do this or you got to do that. There's a lot of nuance when it comes to investing, right? You can invest in index funds, you can invest in real estate, you can invest in collectible cards, you could have cars, you can have there's a lot of different stuff, coins, whatever, gold, silver, Bitcoin, Ethereum, crypto. There's so much that you can do. And with the nature of social media, especially, guys, I mean, this is social media is great, but there's also some negative things about it. And the reality is, there's a lot of people that make you think, oh, there's only one way of doing things. You have to do this. You have to do that, because at the end of the day, a lot of people on social media, let's be real right now, guys. Let's keep it 100. Let's keep it real. They are in it to sell you their way. They want you to do this because they're selling something based around that, right? Like a course or something, or they have personal incentive to get you to be strictly with that strategy or doing that. And a lot of people fall into this tunnel, if you will. A lot of I don't want to call people out. I'm not going to do that, but a lot of people have different strategies. They just want you to do that. If somebody's a gold shill, they want to get you to buy gold. They want to get you to buy gold stocks. If they're shilling this, that, the third, right? Whatever it may be. So you got to realize there's not one way to do things. You could just be an index fund investor, buy the S&P 500. You will do well over time, but to think that's the only thing you can do, it's just not the truth. You could start a business. You can invest in yourself, start a business, invest money in something that you operate and have ownership over, and this could yield amazing returns long term. Sure, small businesses, starting a business, it's risky, but this is something that you can do as well. So point number one, there's not one way to investing. There's just not. You can have some stocks, you can do a little real estate, you could have some cards, you can have a collectible car or two, or maybe no cars, maybe watches, whatever it may be. So another thing is, people think the best route to go when it comes to investing is the sexiest route, the most flashy, right? They think, oh, I'm going to get into investing and I'm just going to buy the next crypto that comes out, the next crypto punk, or the next, NFT, the next whatever, 10x stock, and that's how I'm going to do it. And my whole entire portfolio, and this is funny, guys, let's talk about this. And they're like, oh, my whole entire portfolio is going to be comprised of these futuristic, unprofitable, hype stocks that are going to be the future. Well, we saw how that played out, right? We saw that played out in 2020, 2021. And the truth is, what we can get that's good out of this is people learning their lessons, right? A lot of new investors came into the markets 2020, 2021. They got all in on these hype stocks. They thought this is how you invest. And now a lot of those stocks are down. I mean, you guys have seen this 80%, 90%, bankrupt, some of them, 95%, 99%. I mean, people learn their lesson. That is a good thing that we could take from this. And me personally, I knew that lesson already. I learned that lesson before, way before 2020. But of course, every day there's a new investor born or new trader, somebody that's looking and figure out what the heck's going on. And they make these mistakes. And a lot of people, again, learn from these mistakes over the past 6, 12, 18 months, or at least I hope they did. I really hope they did. So yeah, sometimes the best route is the boring route. Really, I'm not even kidding. I mean, look at Warren Buffett. You might look at him like he's boring, he's out of touch, yada yada yada, but he's been doing very well the past couple of years. And he's always preached, the average Joe out there, if you're an average Joe, which he's not, obviously, but all of us watching, we pretty much are, average people here. We're not billionaires or whatever, or maybe we are. I'm not. I mean, are you? I don't know. But he says, buy the S&P 500. That is the boring thing to do, but long term, it's yielded great returns. It's done very, very well. So, yeah, sometimes, seriously, taking the boring route is the best route, whether it's in stock market with index funds. Well, I don't want to really say. It's kind of like index funds are boring and they're easy. Real estate may be boring. I don't know. It depends on who you're talking to. I mean, it may be boring, but it's definitely not easy. Managing real estate, buying real estate, that's definitely more challenging. So I would say if you really want to have a boring and an easy investing experience, index funds all the way. Index funds, whether it's VOO, S&P 500, VTI, the total stock market in the U.S., VT, which is the global stock market. All these are from Vanguard. Whatever it may be, that is better. There's no better, but you got to pick what you want to do. You want to do more work, right? You want to, maybe make more money with real estate, but there's more work. Or do you want to have the average return of the stock market long term with really no work at all with index funds? You got to pick your poison. So the last thing I want to talk about here quickly before we wrap the video up, and if you guys are still here, hit that like button. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I appreciate you all as always. And don't forget to get your 10 stocks from Moomoo with a $100 deposit. Each of those could be up to $2,500, and you could also get 12 stocks from Webull with any amount deposited. All those are linked down below. And the last thing I want to talk about is penny stocks and buying options. Every investor needs to hear this right now. This is a very risky game. I've said this time and time again. Some of my long-term viewers, they're probably like, oh, come on, you talked about this before. But again, we have seen a lot of new viewers coming in, all across the YouTube finance, at least on my channel, with me uploading shorts, a lot of videos. My channel has been growing a lot the past month or two, really. We're starting to see a spike. We're getting new viewers, so we got to cover these topics. And by the way, I appreciate all the new viewers out there. You guys are friggin' awesome. So penny stocks and buying options, in my opinion, it's a loser's game. Sure, there's some people out there that crush it buying penny stocks, buying options. Fine. Kudos to them. They do well. Great. I'm not looking to be the next guy that is going to live off of buying penny stocks and trading options. I don't want to say trading. I'm talking about very short-term out options, buying options. If you're buying options maybe with 3, 6, 9 months out, 12 months out, that's different. I'm talking about options that expire next week or something like that. This is a very risky game, especially around earnings. I've talked about that in previous videos. So I'm avoiding that these days, and you gotta, and I'm not saying for you to avoid it, but be cautious about this and understand how much percentage of your portfolio you're putting into activities like penny stocks and buying options. Now, selling options, completely different story. I love selling options. You have to have 100 shares of a stock though to sell options, because you have those 100 shares, or 200, 300, depending on, but you have to have a multiple of 100, right? That's your collateral. So if you sell, let's say you want to sell calls, you receive the premium from somebody that's buying the calls, and we know that buying options is a losing game for the most part. You want to be on the sell side. So if you're selling the options, you collect premium, the buyer's most likely going to lose. You keep your shares, and then you keep doing that. The cycle repeats. You keep selling, and sure, if your shares get called away, fine. If you did it right, you won't lose money on the shares if you pick the right strike price. And then, if you want, you could buy the shares back if you really wanted to, or do whatever with the money. But for me, selling options is a way to go. And that's another thing that investors need to hear. And we're going to wrap it up there, guys. Selling options is very smart if you know what you're doing. And, if you really want to put in a little extra time to understand how it works to really increase your selling options, guys, if you do it right and you make that extra 1% a year, whatever it is, 2%, depending on what you're doing, what stocks you have, that could really add up and compound over time. You got to realize that will increase your returns massively over not just a 1-2 year span, but if we're really looking out 5, 10, 15, 20 years. And that's just the reality of the matter here. So with that being said, guys, cheers. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe, join my Patreon down below, and check out those links for the free stocks, 10 stocks from Moo and your 12 stocks from Webull. I'm telling you, it's free money, guys, and all those links down below do help out the channel. And with that being said, happy Friday. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Have a great weekend. I'll see you later. Peace out.